Right, thank you. Wow, thank you for all those donations going towards this incentive. So yeah, I'm dressing up as Miss Chalice, which is what we're gonna play as during most of the run. And with me on the couch, I have SPD Wolf, which is another very good runner in this for this game. So if you want to say hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, good. I guess yeah, we'll just hop right into it and get this going. So yeah, on 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, this is the Delicious Last Course 90% or DLC 90%. So the objective of this category is just to beat the like DLC content as quickly as possible. Like beat all the bosses there that are required in the story. But first off, we're gonna need to get to the DLC aisle first. And on the way, we're gonna pick up some coins. First of all, these 3 coins from this guy here just gives you 3 coins for talking to him. And the next 5 coins are from Forest Follies, which we need to beat anyway to get to the mausoleum later. So, Wolf, if you wanna talk about this level.
Yeah, this is a run and gun level that we just cannot escape for whatever reason in nearly any category. So not only do we need to play, like, not only is this stage the fastest way to get to the DLC aisle, but it's also what we need to get the coins that we need to score up with the weapons that Kirthar is going to pick up. He's going to need charge shot and spread shot, and that needs 8 coins. And so Forest Follies is just the fastest way. He's just clearing the Acorn Maker. He's already making his way towards the end. Bit of a tricky stage because there's some like clips and tight stuff, but nothing too bad to just survive, I suppose. And then the way you access the DLC aisle is by making your way to the east through the bridge that gets opened up after beating Forest Follies. And then you access the mausoleum. The way you basically unlock the DLC aisle is by beating any mausoleum, and then you get like some sort of like cutscene access to the DLC aisle. And so that's just kind of that. Normally, charge shot is locked behind 3 weapons, so it would cost 12 coins. But what Kirthar is going to do is he's going to get spread shot right here in the base shop, which only costs 4 coins. It's the first weapon. And then once he gets to the DLC aisle, the weapons are actually rearranged a bit, and so charge shot is only behind 2 weapons instead, and so he's going to be able to get that a little bit better. Mausoleum itself is just kind of an auto-scroller, we could say. You just need to parry, I think, 21 waves of ghosts. It's all like pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's not very exciting, so we could just go for some donations during this section.
Excellent. Well, I do have 2 to read out. I've got a $15 donation from A, with no comment, and a $25 donation from, and I'm going to butcher this, so I'm sorry, but I believe it's Alkchef, also with no comment. So thank you very much for both of those donations. Both of those went towards the upgrade for our Super Mario 64 run, which is currently sitting at, with a refresh, we are at $1,685.99 out of the $3,000 that we need to make that happen. So keep those donations coming in, keep pushing for those incentives, and we will keep giving you more ESA.
All right, nice. Yeah, get those donations in for that. Always want to have more ESA. But yeah, now we're done with the mausoleum. We get a super art, which we're not gonna use, but most important part is that now we have access to the DLC aisle. We just talked to this guy. And yeah, here we'll meet up with Chef Saltbaker and Miss Chalice. The story of this game is basically that you need to help Saltbaker like make the Wonder Tart to make Chalice come back to life like permanently. Now we can like eat a cookie, which is more like it's a charm that you can equip to play as her, but it's only temporary. So we need that Wonder Tart to bring her back to life like permanently.
How generous of Saltbaker to just kind of help you out. It seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's so generous. So yeah, now we're heading to the second shop here. Gonna buy 2 weapons. So we have the charge shot right there. So now we have both weapons we need.
Yeah, crackshot is not gonna be needed in this run, but you just need to buy a weapon to access charge. So that's that. We're actually off to our first boss here, which is Glamstone. Not too bad of a boss for the most part. He's just gonna try to dodge as many of these things. He's actually not getting parries, which is kind of an interesting choice. Like, it's kind of not well known whether getting parries here is worth it or not, because every time you get parries, it kind of causes a bit of screen lag and extra stuff on the result screen, but you also get more super cards. Phase 2 is just going to stand below here, try and hold down King Dice here on the left while trying to touch out about these gnomes. And then here in Phase 3, there's a very interesting trick. He's going to, first of all, keep this charge shot, and then if he does this right, he has an EX card, and he does get it. This is called the jump roll, after the attack of the same name in Donkey Kong Country. So if you jump into him, use an EX move, and then buffer a dash out of that EX move, for some reason, it kind of puts you into this glitched state where you can just kind of follow him around, and it saves a few seconds and makes this fight a bit safer.
Yeah, it's such a cool glitch, and I love it.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest, like one of the best tech that was found for this DLC.
Yeah, it makes the last phase a bit easier to stomach. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna go to
Stomach.
we're gonna go to the next boss here, which is more of a freeze. Yeah, I'll let Wolf explain all the things that are going on here.
Right, Charge Shot is an amazing weapon for Phase 1. Basically, every other weapon kind of sucks for this, but yeah, he's just kind of going around, and you can just kind of charge your shot and aim him. He's going for a damage boost opportunity here. I believe he did get it. This game loves, like, just creating more hitboxes for more stuff, and when they overlap, that's actually an opportunity to deal double damage right there. So you can just kind of get inside him and do a spread EX. Phase 3 finally, he gets to this final phase. He doesn't have a hitbox actually, so you can just kind of walk inside him and spread EX, and this should be done fairly quickly.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Very good boss.
These fights are all so fast and hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a zillion pieces of tech that there's just no time to explain because they're all over in a flash. This game has, like, it's pretty RNG heavy too, so like there's a lot of different patterns and different choices that you have to do to cover a lot of potential patterns. So there's a lot of like choices that are going on that are just like hard to break down in such a limited amount of time.
Right, now we got Howling
Alright.
here. It's pretty interesting stage. Like, you have to stay on this this plane here, which you can kind of control where it goes depending on where on the plane you're standing. We want to have it like close to the center, as close to the center as possible, so we can get to where we want to be more easily. There you go. Here's second phase. Gonna use the charge out with the EX here to take these out really quickly.
Yeah, I love Charge Shot for this phase.
Yeah, it's so comfy. Now in the last phase here.
Dealing damage to these lasers actually does do damage to the overall health bar for this boss. And then we're just kind of sideways. Some people turn their heads for this phase, which is kind of amusing.
Yeah.
Alright, wasn't too rough, was it?
Yeah, not too rough. I think this boss is more bark than bite, in my opinion. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to, a plane boss here. This is actually the only plane boss in the game, or in the DLC, I mean. There are no others.
Yeah, unless you count the fight that just happened, that is on a plane but is not a
Yeah, I suppose.
shoot 'em up fight.
Kind of a bit that way, but yeah. So yeah, this is because we're playing as Chalice here, we have a little bit of a different like kind of weapon compared to the ones that Cuphead and Magma can use. So instead of like a straight machine gun, we have like a spread shot basically. It is a little bit more damage. I think it's like 10% more than the machine gun of Cuphead and Magma. But,
yeah, this is quite interesting. When the DLC came out, we weren't sure whether using Chalice or Cuphead was better for plane phases, because your DPS is a little bit higher, but your EX moves are a little bit worse, especially for bosses with a wide hitbox where Cuphead's EX move is more effective. It does turn out for this fight, though, that Chalice has a faster time.
Okay, very good. We haven't taken a hit yet, because that's actually pretty good. Now we can play kind of risky here if we want to, because this phase can be very, very nerve-wracking if you're at like low HP. But yeah, we can play loose here. Just take something.
Yeah, damage boosting here is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we're already just one boss away from finishing the run. Because this is the last boss, right?
I mean, it's gotta be.
Yeah. That's the last ingredient.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. We're collecting ingredients for the Wonder Tart, by the way. We're getting one from each boss. So yeah, this is the next one is the 5th and last ingredient for the Wonder Tart. So I mean, it's gotta be done after that, right?
This is a very interesting fight as well. Probably like the most colorful fight. Like it's all over the place. Also one of the more complex in general. This guy has a lot of like potential attacks, can last different amounts of cycles. He didn't do it this time, but he has an attack that summons bombs that also hurt him. So you can trigger them by accident. So when he walks into them, they can kind of explode on him and you can save like a second or something. Phase 2 is just going to be damage boosting here. This should be pretty quick. There we go. And then he should be set up for Snail Skip here, potentially.
Yeah.
It's this trick to skip final phase. Yeah, we might see it.
Yes, got it.
Yes!
Yeah, that's a very precise thing you can do. Like if you shoot in between like the snout and the tongue as it's reaching, like as it's doing that attack, there are actually two like overlapping, well not overlapping, but next to each other, two hitboxes. You can hit both of them with like a charge shot there, and usually there's supposed to be like another kind of small phase after you beat the Anteater, but if we get him down to a certain amount of HP and then do that double damage thing, we can just skip that entirely. But yeah, now we're the Saltbaker, so
What?
we gotta make this, the part. Wait, what is going on here? What is this?
This is
Oh.
weird.
Oh, I guess Saltbaker's evil, and we have to fight him.
What?
Yeah, so big plot twist here. He's actually gonna take our ingredients and also the soul of Cuphead in the back there and like gain control of the astral plane or something like that. I don't really follow the story. It's kind of weird. But
Yeah. This fight is spectacular though. Like, not only is it probably the hardest boss in the entire game now, it's just like so well animated. Like, you can see that there's so many different frames of animations and stuff going on here.
yeah, that's great.
Phase 2 is just kind of killing Shakers to deal a fixed amount of damage to him. Then after you defeat a certain amount, it moves on. If you do this a certain way, you can do a trick in 3rd phase, but you need a different weapon combination to get a quick kill here in phase 3. Charge Sprite cannot do that though. He's instead going to do a damage boost here for a Sprite EX. And then we're going to move on to the final phase, where you get to go after Saltbaker's heart.
Yeah, and after
And
this
time
is
should be coming up soon here.
Yeah.
As soon as we get the knockout. It should be soon.
There we go.
There we go.
Time. That was a really good run. That was like no mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, I couldn't ask for a better run here. But yeah, thank you very much to ESA for letting me on here. And I mean, all these years, like I've been going here like a few times before as well, and doing Cuphead, and it's always fun to be here and like meet all the people and yeah, have fun. You know, it's quite a privilege to be here. But yeah, I think that's all from me. Do you have any words for us, Wolf?
I can't think of any witty puns, so I guess not.
All right, good enough. All right, well, have a good one, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Goodbye. Have a good one.
Right
y'all.
on. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kirthar. We are going to take a brief intermission, and when we come back, we are going to have Splatoon 3 being run by Chrysosaurus. So stick around. We'll be right back.